So how you define self-care? In this video, I'm going over self-care's meaning as well as the purpose of self-care coming up. Hey, if we haven't met before, my name is Johann, and on this channel we focus on tips and strategy videos to improve your self-care, as well as discussional topics just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Also, at any point in the video, make sure you check out the links and the show notes in the video description to know more about today's topic, okay? Let's begin. Google Dictionary defines self-care as the practice of an active role in protecting one's own well-being and happiness, as well as taking action to preserve oneself. There's many ways you can interpret this the more you dive into it, but Psychology Today has listed a few of these interpretations. Numero uno. Oh shit. Fix this quick, okay. Numero uno. Self-care means knowing who you are and knowing your limits. So in the past, I had 3 jobs, and I used to work consistently back to back to back. Literally going from point A to point B to point C daily, to the point where my whole body wasn't really functioning the way that it normally would. I would find myself easily sick, and to the point where like I just didn't give a fuck anymore. I felt like mentally, physically, I was drained. I found myself very stressed out, and overall I just became this miserable person. I couldn't keep up. I was fighting sleep constantly, hardly had any hours to myself to even sleep. I didn't want to be around people. The shit sucked. It was completely whack. Overworking yourself can be daunting, but remember, you gotta take a step back, take a breather, make sure you have some downtime, and reset. Number 2, self-care means getting the sleep you need and knowing how to rest. Now this actually ties into the previous story I had. Per night, I used to get 2 hours. That's all I had time for rest. Can you friggin' imagine month after month after month after month after month? When I took that step back, I realized, okay, look, listen, I gotta make some changes. And honestly, sleep friggin' works. Everyone does it. After a few hours of rest, you wake up feeling so refreshed to the point where like you're actually in a good mood. So it's very important to make sure you get some sleep. Self-care means getting to know who you are. Now, what I mean by that is figuring out who you are as a person, getting to know your weaknesses and how you can improve on them. Let's say you have a temperament problem, right? And let's say that you're mad almost every friggin' day. I don't know. If you take a second and think to yourself, why am I feeling so friggin' angry all the time? It's probably because you didn't eat. It's probably because you didn't get enough rest. It's probably because you need to unwind. Figuring out these things could be more beneficial for you in the long run. Self-care means knowing how to debrief yourself from the day's work. Don't get me wrong. I feel and strongly believe that there is a time for you to actually take a break and have some time to unwind. Work can be stressful, whether it's something that you have to do, whether it's something you're not enjoying doing. Whatever it is, work is work. And I don't care what nobody says. If you have a passion for it, there are moments where it becomes stressful. And I strongly believe that if you take a break every once in a while, just for it to reset your mind, whether it's, enjoying some silence or even listening to music like lo-fi, having that peace of mind without an ounce of stress is so relieving. So relieving. So with all that said, why is self-care important? Dr. Helen L. Coombs, clinical health psychologist at the University of Colorado School of Medicine Department of Psychiatry, said, when we don't take care of ourselves, we are most likely to feel fatigue and get physical symptoms like stress-related headaches and pain. Now this can actually lead to more serious health measures, like resorting to some unhealthy coping mechanisms like alcohol, overeating, taking drugs. You get the picture, but more on that on another video. Self-care can affect your physical, mental, emotional, sexual, and spiritual health. Now, ironically as it sounds, practicing self-care can actually teach you to become a better caregiver. How? Now peep this. If you practice and develop the skills you need for your personal care and other people notice, wouldn't you help to make them feel just as good as you do? Alright guys, here we go. Here it starts. So how do you damn, yo, it's the first video, I'm already messing up. Can't find my notes, man. When you look up the self-care, boy, there are many ways to interpret this. Is it raining outside? Come on, man, come on.